has made it her advocacy. Happy Monday and welcome to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Okay, so now a few things have happened. I want to send prayers out to Morocco. That was a devastating earthquake. And we need to send our prayers out. And if we can be resourceful and help, we're helping Morocco. We want to help Maui. You know, there's catastrophe after catastrophe going on in our world today. And 9/11, today we commemorate 9/11. It's been 22 years. You know, I know exactly, everybody probably knows exactly where they were and how they felt when they experienced watching those planes attack us. That's a day we'll never forget. I mean, most people remember World War II. In my era, our era, that was kind of a biggie for us. And today they honor a lot of the first responders, the firemen, and the EMS workers. I took a moment of silence earlier when the news was on talking about 9/11. And in coordination with all that leads up to a conversation. That's all about death. Death is inevitable. Death is coming. You have not lived until you have died. But today I have a guest that has made it her advocacy to get across to you, especially Black folks, but not just Black folks, but just people in general, the need for life insurance. Please welcome my guest, my namesake, the other Janice Carter. Welcome, girlfriend. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And thank you for inviting me again to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yes, this is, well, it's been over a year since you were on.
Right. And like, as I was sharing with you, when you said Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, we go back to that theme. That was a big surprise. So I hope what I'm bringing today, I know the surprise me and bless my heart that I want to bless community. But also I want to say about 911. I'm retired 21 years now from police, fire, and EMS. And I was a coordinator for police, fire, and EMS when we were doing 911. And actually the day we were doing it, we had schools there. We were doing a mock with the ambulance, the helicopter, and everything. Mm-hmm. If something happened, how it would work. Wow. So yeah, I'm glad we were able to, you know, everybody's honoring that. And we know a lot of deaths. And like you talk about the earthquakes and all the storms and stuff we've been having, right. Hawaii and stuff, that will affect your insurance. So all this stuff, when you get it all together, it all comes together as why the financial, that, you know, we're having a lot of trauma, but we're having financial trauma too.
Yeah. Okay. So Janice, so today you're going to give us the backstory about some about insurance, but about some history about insurance right here in Louisville, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And
take it away.
okay, if anybody ever remember Mammoth Life Insurance, I did work at Mammoth Life Insurance. All this information is a lot of information. You can Google it. And but I worked at Mammoth Life Insurance, but I did not know the history before Mammoth Life Insurance, that there was an organization, was a trendsetter for the operations of other African American fraternal organizations. We all know about 501c3 organizations,
Right.
but we don't know about 501c8 organization, which I found out about last year that caused me to start doing this research to find, because I got connected to a 501c8 organization that was a life, was the insurance agency. And this young man, Black man that started the organization, he's out here trying to inform, especially our people, because we don't have life insurance. It's an educational. So also with that, so I did further research to find out here, right here in Louisville, Kentucky, that the organization was a trendsetter for the operation of the other African American fraternal organizations. There were 20 other ones in 20 other states. And this goes back to 1861 to 1865, when after the Civil War, that the Grand United Order of Reformers started it. And to cut through all of it, these people out of England and out of the country, Canada and stuff, was helping them. But the Black folks decided to separate, and they got their 12 states. However, what they did, they knew how Black people were impacted on the premiums, and they redefined the premiums and the terms and the benefits, which I'm going to talk to you a little bit about 501c8, which they were, and how there's companies out here to still give you benefits, which you and I had a conversation. How can they have death benefits for orphans? How can they allow us, because what they do, we're not just clients, we're members, because we come under a certificate. And how I've been writing grants for the Boys and Girls Club, for Smoketown, and I've hooked in other nonprofit 501c3s, and they're out there doing book drives and stuff. And this is a part of your premium for your life insurance.
So what I want to say is, so now we know all about 501c3s.
Right.
But you are introducing to us today some information about 501c8s.
Yes. And there's 32 of them. There's 32. So once again, your audience, I can't go into all this, but okay, you can Google them and see why up under the IRS code, wow, the 501c8s, they're profits. Y'all can be profits, but it has to go back to your members. So that's why they let us write $8,400 worth of grants every year to give back to the community.
Okay.
So I'll go into that. But this whole thing about this just touched my heart. They called the Black folks broke away, and they called themselves the true reformers. And here's what they did. They promoted self-help, introduced African Americans in 20 states to business management, entrepreneur policies. The True Reformers Hall is in Louisville, Kentucky, located at 822 West Walnut Street. About to blow me over when I found out.
So that was kind of the base for the reformers.
The reformers of the 20, that was their hall here in Louisville, Kentucky, on Walnut Street. Now, we know Mammoth Life later on in years was down on Walnut Street too. But they were taking care of Black folks here. Okay. There's 20 states. And just how they gave back benefits. But my whole premise, and they started the first Black bank of the 20 members, the one in DC, they had a Black bank. Can you believe that? And what gets me when I'm in the community, everybody talking about they want to do this. And I sit there and I go, they did that already. They actually did that. Do we know that? So I said, that's what I'm bringing. Guess who's coming to dinner? Have you ever heard? And plus, let me tell you this. Your Metro Council in 2020, and you got the picture of the 822 West Walnut Street because it's still standing there. They made it a historical landmark.
Oh, the building, they made it a historical landmark.
Yeah, in 2020. But they made it a building, but why don't we know about the history? So I did reach out to Roots 101, and I reached out to African American Heritage Center. We don't have any of this information anywhere, but I'm going to take this information back to them. Again, it's documented. Right. They had it going on. And the only reason, what was it? I get this one. You got all the documents because, like I said, it's just too much information. But this is history. The Grand Fountain of the United Order of the True Reformers of an African American Fraternal Organization, that's a 501c8, that became the largest and most successful Black business in the United States between 1881 and 1910.
Wow.
If any of your audience is out there, please, if somebody knew about this, let us know. Because did you know? And that's why
okay. So can I make a banner, Janice, that to say what we want to find out or what we want to put up? The reformers. Give me a title.
Okay, African American Fraternal Organization.
African American
Fraternal Organization, which would be a 501c8.
Organizations. Okay. Organizations. Okay. 501
C8.
C8.
And they were called it was the True Reformers Hall, located at 822 West Walnut Street.
True Reformers
Hall.
And I'm going to put this up so people can Google it.
Yeah,
right?
The True Reformers Hall was located at 822 West Walnut Street, according to the 1909 City Directory. And all the research and stuff that has been done about it is the University of Kentucky, not UK. I mean UK, not our color, but UK has it all out there. So when you Google, you'll find that. So
U of K has all this information.
Yes.
Not Kentucky State.
Not Kentucky State don't have it either. That's the other thing. Guess who's coming to dinner, girl? What is this? That's my point.
Here, look. And this building that was there has been deemed a historical building, correct?
I saw that in 2020 by Metro Council, but I looked for some more research by it, but it didn't say it.
Okay, so now look at this, Janice, and tell me if I've got enough that the people can look this up or Google this information, okay?
And my whole premise too is they took care of us here and in those 20 states with the insurance. That was before Mammoth Life Insurance Company. Okay. And it said that the order taught temperance and provided members with sick and death benefits. You got the document. You'll see it.
Okay, look at the bottom of the screen. Look on the screen. Is that?
Oh, I can hardly see it. African American Fraternal Organization, 501c8, the Reformers Hall, 822 West Walnut Street. Yes, ma'am.
Historical building.
Yeah, it's a historical building now.
So now, my audience, if you're sitting down having your dinner or your little libation, Google that, because this is where the basis of Janice's presence here today, her advocacy about life insurance and how far back it goes, right?
Yes. Okay. And we had it. We took care of each other because these 20 states, and the one that started with Virginia and Kentucky was two of them, but the True Reformers Hall was here and they used it and rented it out for events and all this stuff. The building is still standing, but the whole premise too, how they offered that bank and savings, real estate company, retirement home, youth and children division that taught discipline, thrift, and business skills. That them babies had them savings accounts. I'm no more good.
Whoa.
What happened? Yes. And then what happened though, although the Grand Fountain operated until 1934 is when it stopped.
Wow.
1934. It was never the same after 1910. With the good, there's always going to be some somewhat negative, or just be prepared for that.
Somebody found out that we were getting too many benefits from it being there.
Yeah. When an embezzlement scandal was the downfall, the order left a legacy. It provided employment, business opportunities. African Americans helped to establish community leaders, business networks amidst a period of Jim Crow laws and strict racial segregation in Virginia. And there is.
Listen to this, Janice. So now just think about what you just read. Why does people don't? Okay. They don't understand I'm on. I done turned my phone down 3 times. That every time there's something that we have created that is for our benefit, that is helps us along a historical line, it seems that some kind of scandal about misappropriation of funds always seems to be the downfall of it when they don't want us to have it.
I always look to see when they're going up, the leaders, because, and I just use my personal experience, nobody wants to step up and be the leader. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they want the organization, but they don't want to be on the front front line.
But did you hear what I said about what happened to that organization? That there was
the bank was about the money and the scandal.
Okay, the money and the scandal. Just think about the different things that have happened of late in our lifetime, that when we have something that is supposed to be good for us, that they find a way to come up with a scandal that wasn't a scandal. Janice, just think about where I'm going with this. I'm just trying not to put it all on blast. But, I mean, we had it with the center.
Okay. And also, let's go back, because I haven't done further research. After I left, I worked at Mammoth Life Insurance when I was 18 years old until, well, I worked there like 3-4 years. What happened to Mammoth Life Insurance? Is there a scandal behind that? What happened? You know, we're always looking for,
right.
I mean, Mammoth was doing, May Street Kid was there. She was an agent and ended up later on being my mentor. And
there was a man named Mr. Carter there too, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but there was a lot of
people.
He
was from over in Indiana, because
a lot of people
still had a policy with them.
A lot of people employed from Mammoth Life Insurance Company. Once again, you see what I'm saying. I hear these younger people in the community talking about what they want to do, but I still, like I said, it's been done. It was done. It was much better than where we are now, and we don't even know the history about it. But once again, when I started doing the research and the history on this, but that's just to bring us as Black folks, we were taken care of. We had checking accounts. We had all this stuff. We were entrepreneurs that had, well, guess what? We was forced, because we couldn't go in the stores and stuff. So we had to run our own businesses. So that was until 1934. So what happened, Janice, after 1934? I guess I have to do some research on that. But I wanted to give the community and everybody coming to dinner tonight, is that not a surprise? What was that? Yeah. And then we're talking the climate of insurance, and then insurance is going up because they're trying to say it's climate control and all this stuff. Everybody's got a conversation about that, and that's your financial literacy. And a part of your financial literacy is to understand your insurance. I am an insurance agent. I'm a real estate agent. I just wanted to know how this stuff works. But hold your agents accountable to you. Ask them a question, and they should come back with it. I know on some of my different agencies I have, some of them, they don't get back with me either. I already know the answer, but I ask them the question. But what we're talking about, because this is September, is life insurance awareness. And what happened in the industry, a group of people in the industry, they don't promote any life insurance where you go get it. It's just they want consumers, I call my clients, to be aware. because you don't want your consumers in and out, back and forth, but your clients to be aware. And they are a 501c nonprofit. So, and what I learned about them also, because I'm finding resources. They give away a scholarship to individuals that for going to college and stuff. So that's another avenue to go to them to research and fill out the forms, whatever. If it has some criteria for young people that have lost loved ones and they don't have money to go to college, but they're called Life Happens, and they can Google them. Life Happens is a 501c nonprofit, and they say 101 million adults are in need of life insurance.
Wow.
And 76% of people overestimate the cost of life insurance. They really do. I had my young mentee to check and give me some quotes on, like I said, we were interested. It just blows my mind out the death benefits that this one company has for orphans. If you got a policy,
Okay.
like you got $100,000 policy,
Okay.
you put this rider on there to put that orphan benefit for, I think he did it from ages 18 to 25. And that means if you got 6 kids, each one of them will get $900 a month until they get 18. Then when I gave you the document, you have it. I've never seen that. Who does it?
That's a rider on their parents' life insurance.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I've never seen that. I've worked with different companies. I've never. But once again, think about this and get back to the reformers, true reformers.
Okay.
They're a 501c8. I got to take care of my members. I got to take care, not treat them just like an insurance, you're a customer. I have to take it. And you heard under the IRS code, remember what I said they had to do as a 501c8? Insurance, it's written in the code. It's in the IRS code.
So in order to be a member, you have to buy a policy.
Right.
Okay.
And you become a member. So who gets life insurance and you're a member and you get benefits? And like I said, this particular organization that I found out that I'm working with, we can write $8,400 worth of grants every year. So if my premium for the whole year that I pay is $700, but I get to write $8,400 worth of grants year, why would I not do that?
Yeah.
And this blew me away too. Husband and wife got a policy. I thought just one in the household. The husband can write $8,400 and his wife can write $8,400 worth of grant. I have a couple that has a nonprofit. Her husband got a policy.
But it's not a 501c8.
It's a 501c8. Yeah. I'm saying up under the 501c8.
Okay.
Her husband I didn't know. Like I said, I just came in here last year and doing the research, and both of them get to write. So I've got a lot of people with me that are getting, because they got 501c3s. And I try to share this with my 501c3 people with the give money coming up and stuff. If your nonprofit's 3 years old, they want at least 3 years old and they want to see your paperwork. And a lot of these people don't do that. So you're not getting any money and people not donating to you online. But if you got a board with 10 people and all of them got a certificate, because that's what your insurance policy, it could be a tiny insurance policy. It could be it don't even have to be for life. If you got 10 board members and they all got that benefit, 8 times $8,400 a year, how much is that your board can write grants for in your community for what you're doing?
Wow.
So that was the other part of my advocacy. But just want people to know the difference and the history about 501c8s. We had it already. They were taking care of us. It was way before Mammoth Life Insurance Company.
So you're trying to bring it back? You're trying to bring back this 501c8?
Right. Fraternal Order Society. Oh, and let me tell you did you know that fraternal benefits, because they're called IRS code now, tax-wise, get in that box.
Okay.
Stay in that box. Financial literacy, y'all. Fraternal societies like the Elks Lodge, Knights of Columbus, Freemasons have been around for centuries. These organizations can only collect tax deductible gifts if they are for charitable
For charitable
purposes.
purposes, yeah.
So it just blew my mind. And I thought they were 501c8, but what's considered their business? We're members of this 501c8, but their business that we're connected to is an insurance company. Well, I used to go to the Elks. They used to make money, had that lounge
Right.
stuff, but it says on there in that IRS code that you have to give benefits back to the members. And then I started thinking, I said, oh, is that why the Elks, they would run around at Christmas and things? They call looking for people to give baskets to, because you got to show. But I'm not.
You got to show that you gave something back to the community.
Member,
okay.
But I wasn't a member. But
yeah.
see, it's that kind of stuff. So, but the orphanage scholarship touched your heart. And everybody else, check with your agent, see what they know. Most people, they don't know about it, because a lot of times too, you look at the history of people, how long they've been doing insurance. I've been doing this since I did it Mammoth Life Insurance when I was 18 years old, and I keep coming back around in it. I work for.
Let me ask you a question, Janice. What is it that you tell people when you're dealing with someone that about life insurance? What is it that you say to them that when you try to convince them that they need life insurance?
You know what? I don't really try to convince. I just review. Once you review what people have, because I'm a conflict resolution master also, okay? And they lay it out and they write their own picture. They see what they need themselves. They don't have no choice. Example, if their house is $100,000,
okay,
and they owe 50 on it, and they're getting up in age, and they got insurance on the car, and they got insurance on the house, but they don't have insurance on themselves. And the story is, if they got some cash or something, what are you going to do about that? That's one issue. That could be just a mortgage protection.
Okay.
And you don't have to have a permanent policy. It gets into all the different kind of policy. You could just have a graduating policy just to cover that. And like I said, when you get into the different policies, the prices are different, lower, whatever. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see. And it used to always get me. I would see young women. They've been able to steer them into, they got a house, they got a car, single mom with 3 kids with no life insurance on themselves or those babies. Right. And then you would sit down, because I'm looking at the intent. What do you need it for? Now, them 3 babies and stuff, I never saw this policy. I'm looking out for them babies. I would definitely present this option to them if something happened. And right. If the granny's going to get the kids, and your baby's going to get $900 every month. And when they're 24, up until they're 24, when they go to college, they get $6,000.
Was it just that it started at 18, or is it whatever age they are until they're 26?
Well, think about it. On the children and the child support part, when they become 18, remember their age, but then remember they changed the law and the insurance. Because kids were going to college and cover kids until. So it's a whole lot of different insurance products. Know your product. So when you tell me, we look at what you got and what you need. A lot of times you're going to see it yourself. You see what I'm saying? And then most companies, I want to get into that though. They could package to give you discounts on it. But you just think about, Janice, you go out and buy a new car. Don't they always try to sell you insurance policy? So in case something happens, it's going to be paid and you get to keep your car. And people would ask me, Miss Janice, why did the house go back? Why did the car go back? They probably didn't have enough insurance to cover it. And if you're leaving it with kids, like I said, you got to put your system together.
Okay.
The
other thing is, I remember, because I've had several discussions about life insurance before we bought some life insurance. But it was like, I have coverage on my husband. He has coverage on me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, there was also a part where you could have job protection insurance that what did they call it?
Not your disability insurance.
Disability
And let
insurance.
me
Okay.
say this, life happens.
Yep.
Disability, that's another month. I think they do that in May. They do.
I know that's a whole nother subject on its own.
Well, like I said, September is life insurance.
Okay.
They have like 3 large campaigns. In February, during Love Month, they do February to remind Americans the basic motivation behind the purchase of insurance is love.
Is love.
And then in May, they do disability insurance. That's if you're the only one working.
Okay.
And something happened to you, you're going to have some problems. A lot of
Right.
people, and this gets into our entrepreneur and our business insurance.
Okay.
And then the other thing is individuals to understand, if you work a job and you have a benefit of some insurance and that's all you got, when you separate from that job, you will no longer have insurance.
Right.
If you have it, some of them is portable, but if you have it, it is extremely high. And the benefit of being at work, it's a group policy.
Right.
And that's why these 501c8s premiums, because the membership, guess what? It's a group policy. They got groups. And then I noticed other things too. This particular one that I've been working with, a lot of information for people with diabetes, all kind of stuff for people with diabetes.
Really?
And I don't see that in other companies. And you got to remember,
you're saying they've got policies that cover some aspects of having diabetes.
Yeah. It's just, where in some areas you might be turned down. Well, that's the same thing at work sometimes. Sometimes at work, you can get in that group policy and get in where your condition, based on the insurance company you're trying to get it written with. Mm-hmm. But then I'm getting back to the whole thing. What I love about the 501c8, you're not just buying the insurance, girl. You're getting benefits. What did that IRS code say? You got to give benefits to your members. That's why not only that, I talked about the policies and things that are great. $8,000, $400 a year we can write for grants. And I shared this one with you. I got so tickled, so funny. One of the members wrote a grant to go to the honky tonk tour with Brad Shelton.
Told me that.
at the Yum Center. And I go, how are they doing this? Because what they do, once again, this is 501c8. It's all about the members. It's all about taking care of the members. So they want
us to give it back to them.
And they want us to get together. And the first event I ever went to once I got involved with this, I went to the Black Panther movie. Because we get group, we can go to all the movies with our membership, period. Okay. $10, $10.25, all the movies. Okay. But when the Black Panther and I went, and I got video and stuff on it, somebody emailed me, want to see it, I put it on Facebook. There were 109 tickets left, and I didn't understand, because I'm thinking about every other family might have 6 kids or whatever, and they can't afford to bring them to see the Black Panther. And I'm out here, and there's 109 seats left. I didn't understand that, because and this is just the 501(a). I have insurance policy. I have other policies. But when I saw this, because I had an asset, a new asset, and I got my insurance cover, everything else. But I look at it for my kids, your legacy. I'm going to add this little on her to cover that piece. And I was looking for a policy. But I ain't never seen a policy with a 501c8 that I get all these deals. I get all these benefits with outside of the life insurance policy. We've done baby diaper drives in the West End. I wrote a grant for that. We're writing grants all over the place.
So you make it sound like a grant is an easy thing to write, Janice.
Oh, it is with them. It is with them.
It's a one-page kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Well, it tells you the first 2 grants are like $200. Okay. Get them all done. I did the baby diapers and I did the Boys and Girls Club. Autistic And when you can go online and the people, they can verify the people, their address and they're real. And then you just order your stuff and take it to them. Now the $2,000, $2,000 grants. I've met other people that said they've written for the church parking lot to help get it paved.
Yeah.
People are doing all kinds of stuff. The $2,000 grants are different. You just got to read and understand and fill out the little form. My next grant, I'm going to go back. I got a little frustrated. It's for Roots 101. That's Sankofa. Because,
Right.
you know, after I'm doing them, I know. Just like when we went to the Honky Tonk tour, the tickets can't be over $35.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as long as I know, and they looked at everything that I sent them about Lamont. But let me say this, just like with anything else, nothing's perfect. And sometimes on their end,
Right.
there's some problems I got to look. But yeah, typically, and the thing, it don't stop. I can do this every year. There's 375 grants. I told you I have a preacher and his wife, and he takes classes at the center. You can sign up to get $1,000 for that. And he was going to write a grant for the outdoor movie thing that you blow up for his church. So, I mean, this is 501c8. And my whole thing, though, it just blessed my heart. Like I said, who knew it? And that was what I want to bring to guess who's coming to dinner. Now, if there's not some resources,
I mean,
and some information, and we're doing it. I mean, we got people here.
I'm sitting over here saying, so Janice, I need to be a member.
If you want to write grants. But let me tell you this.
Yes.
A lot of people are members. They don't write grants.
I want to be a member because I want to and need to write some grants. I know some places that, you know, I talked to you about that air conditioning situation.
Because I was wondering about that. You just gave me another idea to talk to them and see. Because you can only do, like, for the community, it's like the biggest grants is $2,000.
Okay.
That's me. But what if you got a member, 2 members in a church? Can you get 4? But see, look, that gets to, and most people don't want to deal with the politics and stuff. This organization, we're in the Kentucky and Tennessee region. They just had an election. They got new board members. I've met some of them. But these are the things that we as members ask them, why can't we do that? You see what I'm saying? Nobody's asking for anything, and nobody's going to the meetings, and nobody's probably voting. Even some of the people that I've got as members, they're out here writing grants, but I bet they didn't vote. Is it not the typical process? But my thing is, they did it already. I'm so excited. They did it already. I haven't found another. Well, you see some black banks and insurance company, but when you talk to people about 501c8, they look at you like you're crazy. But and everybody's running around doing 501c3s, but there's 501c up to 30.
And that takes a lot to get a 501c3 together.
No, it didn't. I did one about 2008 for the Academy of Culture and Historical Excellence for Ebenezer over at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Now, let me say this.
Yeah, so it's not a lot of paperwork, Janice.
I did it with my friend George Lee over at we use the legal aid, right? But back then, Congress and them, they was clamping down. They was making it hard.
Right.
Now everybody's getting, I don't understand. Now everybody's getting them.
So you're saying grants are easier to get now than they used to be?
Well, I'm seeing these kids, everybody I know, they run around getting 501c3. I had one of our members, that she gonna, bless her heart, she went out and she's working on hers and got hers. Some of the other ones, they got them. And they're doing book bags and, you know, they were doing stuff for the kids.
Those types of things. Okay.
It's easy to write those first two. It's easy to write the first $200 ones.
But it sounds like it's even easier to do the 501c8.
No, now see that the 8, that's an organization and their business structure. Okay. But nobody's doing that. But what I'm saying, this business, this agency that I'm with is a 501c8. That's their business. Those
okay. So you're a member.
I'm a member.
You're
Because
a
I have
member of a
yeah,
501c8.
because I
Okay.
have a policy, and their policies are like group insurance. You know, we get a certificate. It's called a certificate. But my certificate allows me to go online, and we're in England, Canada, Puerto Rico. When I go online, all the benefits and travel, airfare, all kind of stuff. But the thing of, like I said, today is for people to understand. Black folks knew how important it was and had their financial literacy together, had a bank, kids had savings account. How many kids you think got savings account today? And they were teaching them entrepreneur. I haven't talked to the guy at AMP yet, because that's what he's doing, a lot of, financial literacy and getting these businesses started. And to have the historical landmark over there, nobody knows about it. Is that building empty? I guess it is. It's right there between second and third.
Well, I'm gonna have to ride downtown and get out and go check out the building.
But you know what? It's right across the street. Isn't that is that the Filson Club? Where the historical stuff across the street from it?
The Filson Club?
Isn't that where they do the historical stuff?
No, the Filson's on 3rd Street.
3rd Street.
The Filson Society is on 3rd Street. Now, I don't know if that's the same.
Across the street from it.
The Filson Society is on 3rd Street, right off of, is that Magnolia or Ormsby?
Oh, no, that's not the same one. I thought it was. Oh, no, I'm getting that other. I was getting something else mixed up with it. But you know what I'm saying, between 2nd and 3rd.
And 3rd, okay. I know what you're talking about.
You see the parking lot, but right there on
and then there's a building, and it's on the left side of the street.
Yeah, you look at it. You see the picture. And when you see it, you go, man, you see that every day. It's still standing.
Okay, I'm trying to look at the other. Okay. Hold on, Janice. Let me do this. Oops, no, I did the wrong thing. I'm going to share my screen and see if I can. It's the one, is the picture on the.
I sent you the Liberty Hall.
Is the picture on the one for the True Reformers, right?
Right.
Okay. I only have one page of that.
Yeah. You see the big building?
No, I don't have anything that shows me any buildings.
Oh, maybe I didn't send that to you. Yeah. Liberty Hall, Old Fellows Hall, individual landmark, designation report, Louisville Metro Historical Landmarks and Preservation District. It's right there between, was that 2nd and 3rd on Muhammad Ali.
Well, I'm going to go investigate tomorrow because I have to go downtown. But Janice, I mean, your wealth of knowledge and your resources. I mean, it's just like the light bulb should go on. When you share this information with people, the light bulbs should go on.
And I'm saying too, hold your agents accountable. When's the last time you had a review? You should review your policies every year because things change. I would review clients' policies, and they would have stuff on there they no longer need. They had stuff for the kids need to take off. And then I'd have kids, their insurance was so high, they come here from out of state, and they got them a little hoopty to ride around U of L, but they got that $300,000 worth of insurance that was on their mama's policy that they don't need. You see what I'm saying? So they should be calling you to do a review. And a lot of times, you gotta have house insurance if you're buying. Now, they pretty much make you have to get renters insurance because of liability.
Yeah.
And they don't have life insurance. They just don't.
I had a question that it just flew past me. So tell me, Janice, when you have life insurance, okay, let's talk about for the families. When you become a member under an organization that is a 501c8, then you're saying the rider that can be put on insurance
Yes.
for the orphan,
Yes.
that's a rider that
Right.
they have to be able to, but it's just not available to everyone. It's only if you're a member with a policy under a 501c8 organization. Did I say
Yeah.
that right?
And each insurance company has their own products.
Right.
So people don't understand the products that you need. Whole life, a term policy, and a whole lot of other ones that are considered for investments and so forth.
Okay, but can you also get insurance policies? Because I know years ago I had an insurance policy, I think it was with Principal, that I borrowed against it. I could borrow against it.
That was a whole life policy
A
because
whole life
it
policy.
builds up. And sometimes people do for their babies. I've been in a whole lot of business network groups,
Mhm.
and they were putting $500,000. And I go, why are they $500,000 on a baby? But if it's a whole life and it's cheaper, they figure the long term as an investment. Like I said, it's going to be what's your intent. And that was a different insurance company, and they was doing stuff like that. I say, you got two young people. They don't have anything yet, and they're getting married. Both of them get married. Under 25 and stuff, like I said, 100,000 until you can really, you could put $500,000 on you and your wife policies and create an immediate estate in case something happens. You see what I'm saying? And I've been in situations where I saw a young couple that was married at Murray State University. I don't know if they had that on them, but he was in the fraternity, on the fire truck fraternity, fell off, hit his head and died. They hadn't been married long. But you think about it, if y'all were protected, and I said when I was at the police department, I wrote a lot of life insurance, and my Caucasians didn't have any problem buying 250,000, whatever, because they said if something happened to me, I want my wife to stay in the house.
Right.
So my point is, you think, what's the intent of your policies?
What do you need it for? What do you need it to? How do you need it to work for you?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, once they're 18, they're still babies. But once they're 18, and there's something happened to both the parents, at $900, if they're going over to the granny or the auntie, at $900 a month for each kid, up to 6 of them that I read on the policy, 6. That would help. You got to think like a system. It's a system thing. So if you got I'm a great agent. You sit down, what's it for? And we're going to figure it out. It's up for you to self-determine. And the different products, some of them, based on what you got to do with it. Like some of it's supposed to be for investments and some other kind of stuff, but just basic term insurance. I'll advocate for my babies. Basic term insurance, you need at least 100,000 on the mama and the daddy, because if something happened, that baby, because think about it, that policy's gonna pay. Both of parents in accident, policy's gonna pay. You got $200,000, and they're gonna get $900 a month until they're 18. But then they're gonna go to college, and they're gonna give it, $6,000 for 4 years. I've never seen a product like that myself. There's all kind of different products.
That's a wonderful product.
I've never seen anything.
That's a wonderful product.
Mm-hmm. So that's available, and in our community and stuff, they got insurance on cell phones and everything else. And, you got babies. Now, getting back, that's part of NAACP. You learn an advocate, doing your advocacy, pushing it and taking it to legislation. That's why parents got to pay for that insurance on them kids now, right?
Right.
Remember, that changed. Got to pay for them kids insurance. They should have a policy on them parents to cover them babies. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Make them have a policy on the parents to cover them babies, because them babies going to be orphans without nothing. That's not fair. But nobody's written a resolution. And I thought about it. I can write one and see if it, present it to the NAACP.
Janice, do you ever do any workshops on this?
Nobody's asked. Usually I do one-on-one. consulting, but I can. And I can come in just like I do, because I got a group of pastors want me to talk. Because what I want you to do, be an advocate, take it back to your congregation. Once your eyes are open, and especially if you're a leader over an organization, especially like a church or something, and everybody's coming to you, the GoFundMe didn't get filled and they want the church to do it. No, I think this, and a lot of churches had started having financial literacy. So this falls under the financial literacy piece. Can do that. It's
I
available.
may have to have you come over to Phillips Chapel.
Okay. And I'm Arms Communications Group, LLC.
Right.
And anybody can call me at 502-931-3959. We'll get you set up.
Wait a minute.
Because I think I put that out on my name. Armed Communications Group, LLC.
I see that, but I don't have a phone number.
Okay, 502-931.
Wait a minute, hold on. 502-931-3959.
931-3959.
59.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody wants to get some quotes or know some information, I have my little mentee. He can, I'll get you set up on his schedule and just number. It costs nothing to get quotes to see what kind of policy, yes, I need a policy to do this. I need a policy to do that. You may already have an insurance company.
I want to be a member of a 501c8.
Well, that's a particular company that this young man and I are a part of. And yeah, you can get, and I got people getting any kind of policy just so they can be a member and write grants.
I just want, yes, because that's what I want you to help me do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said, they want it, and it is what it is. They want the cheapest policy. I've got people, and we're in our group, and we ask and help each other write grants because they're new coming in, and we're writing grants.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now that's advocacy at work, huh? Truly at work. Mm-hmm. Girl, you are a plethora of knowledge.
But you know what? The beauty is, because like I said, I work with these young people. They can teach us, and I can teach them things that they don't know. Because though, I told them this one young man that I'm working with, he's talking about writing $1,000 insurance. I said, what's his, like they call them life, burial insurance or whatever? Because usually those other packages or products, mm-hmm. they're not that low. But he was saying he write them for $1,000. They just want it for burial. See, I didn't know that. So he's learning stuff from me. I'm learning stuff from him. So
that's one. Yeah, everybody needs a sidekick that is a millennial or younger.
Well, we need to quit talking about Kwanzaa and work with the elders and us come together and do it and do cooperative economics. We talk about it. Right. We talk about it at Christmas, but at the table, a lot of times I'm usually the senior, and I'll be shaking my head. There's Miss Janice is shaking because I have more information, but I'm still learning stuff from them as well.
Right.
But your church, organization, whatever, everybody get your policies checked, and if you just want to be a member of a 501c3. Because you want to write some grants.
Or a 501c8, you mean?
I mean, a 501c8, you want to write some grants, give me a holler. And my email is jc40218@aol.com. And I'll have somebody get a hold of you and give you a quote for whatever. Because you just want to come over and write grants with us.
Wait a minute. I do. I really do. Wait a minute. So now give me your email again.
JC 40128.
Look, my namesake. Come on.
JC 40128. 4128. At AOL.com. Shows how far back.
I was freaking say, girl, you got one of them old school.
I got a Gmail too, but I'm gonna tell you, AOL has saved me. Systems go down or whatever, they still got the record over there. That's why I love AOL.
Okay. Now look and see if that's right. I've got the phone number and then I've got your email address.
931-3959 JC4218 at AOL. Is that a G? At
Yeah, that's it. It's the
at
at sign.
AOL.com. Yes.
Okay.
And
Janice, I thank you so much for being my guest today. But I'm getting ready. You getting ready to have to come to have a one-on-one with me, just so you can sign me up.
well, I thought this was a great guess who's coming to dinner experience because this was such a surprise to me. I learned about
And
it
it's
last year.
September, which is life
Life
insurance
insurance awareness.
awareness month.
That's just a 501c3 group of the industry of different, not promoting any companies or anything. We
Right.
just want people aware. So it's
Right.
just the awareness. Just
Right.
the life insurance awareness. And it's so many different products. And you can Google and find out a lot of information, all the different type of products. But if you got a great agent, they'll sit down and find out what do you need it for?
Right.
Because some people are overdoing it and underdoing it.
So my last question for you is, so you have the names of different 501c8s in our area?
I am one in my mentee. We've got I got a group of them. We're writing grants. I know who they are.
Okay.
Because what I
But
found
they're
out,
members. I mean, but the organizations.
yes, ma'am. And to become a member, they went and got them a little policy.
Okay.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I need to go get me a little policy.
If it's accident or whatever, because that was another thing. I'm very detailed. I go, you mean to tell me, as long as you're a member, I said, no amount of what the premium is. So even if it's just a little accident policy, then probably some of the companies might not want you to say that, but it's the truth. It's the same thing about having two people in a household. I thought you could only write one 8,400. No, baby, you're a certificate member. Both of you can write. Okay. Told you I got Churchill House of Hope. Miss Janice will write great.
All right. Look, I want maybe for you to come over and talk to the church. I'm gonna set that up with you. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I thank you so much. You're just a joy just to listen to. But and it's like now I've got to go read all this information that you sent to me. And because my whole thing is I want to be able to help other people. Not just myself, but there's what you've said would be great for single parent families.
Mm-hmm. Especially that part.
And we have to just like us, the literacy part that we have to teach our youth is you got a wealth of information all up here that we need to get out.
Another little piece about it, as I'm a member, any events that I go to, I can take 3 people with me. If your husband's a member, if you was going to the Beyonce, anywhere, if the tickets are not over $35, you can take 4, he can take 4.
Oh, girl, you're something. Look, it's dinner time, Janice.
Yes. We got a
bon appetit. I thank you so much.
Thank you for allowing me.
Have a blessed evening. I'll be in touch. Your phone's going to be ringing, so just look for the call.
All righty. Appreciate you.
From one Janice Carter to another Janice Carter. Bon appetit, darling. Have a fantastic evening.
You too, darling. Thanks.
All right, sweetie. Take care. Did you hear that? Man, that's a lot of information. But it's good information. She said there was grants out there. There could be riders for diabetes. Louisville I've never seen a city with so many people that have diabetes. We've got to find out how to make other systems work for us to help us. And her name was Janice Bishop Carter. She's got the T on life insurance. And if you didn't see earlier about that African American fraternal organization, Google it and find out about that. If you look at how after slavery and through Reconstruction, Black folks were self-sufficient. We did a lot of things, and we were very helpful to one another. That was a time and period that, I mean, it seemed like if you weren't helping your own folks, that you were still with a slave mentality. They were trying to get out from under all of that. You know, just like she said, that building that's up on Walnut Street. We had that building because we couldn't go in the other businesses or the other stores. So we needed things of that nature. But there's Janice's number up there, 502-931-3959. And her email address is JC. JC. I can't hear it. I love it. I just love that. I know somebody else whose name is the same. Her email is jc40128@aol.com. It's dinner time. Go have your dinner. Bon appetit. I'll play this again on Friday at 7 p.m. If you missed it or you want somebody else to see it, tell them about it. 7 p.m. Friday. It's called an encore. See you later. Have a good evening. You know, I have to do all this stuff. That's the wrong one. We need to go on.